And in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make a basic Pong game in Scratch. So if I just run the game here, you'll see what our end results are. Now it's not as jumpy as this when you actually play it, it's only my screen recorder. But as you can see, I move my mouse and the paddle moves and the ball bounces off, and if I don't hit the ball, you lose. Okay, so I'm going to open up a new project here and we're going to start from scratch, so I'm not going to save this. And first of all we're going to get rid of this cap because we don't need it, so we can right click on the little sprite down here and press delete. Next I'm going to click this button here which is paint new sprite, and I'm going to paint the paddle. So I'm just going to grab my rectangle tool, choose a bright red. I've zoomed out by the way by clicking the zoom out button, and I'm just going to draw out a paddle. I'm going to press OK. Now a very important thing we need to do now is name the sprite. So up here towards the top you can see it says sprite 1. Click on this and just rename it to paddle. This is very important with any Scratch project that you name your sprites. Okay, now I'm just going to drag it down to about where I want it. There. And then I just need to have one simple script. So I'm going to grab this block here when the green flag's clicked. So when the green flag is clicked, it's going to do whatever I want it to do. And what I want it to do is repeat forever something. And what I want it to do forever throughout the whole document is set its X to mouse X. So whatever my mouse's X position is, so you can see it down here, will be what the paddle's X position is. Okay, so if we run this, you can see the paddle follows my mouse. And that was very, very easy to do. So I'm going to stop it now. Now we're going to paint our ball sprite in. So I'm just going to grab my circle, I've zoomed out again to full screen, and I'm going to leave it at black, and I'm going to hold my shift key and drag out to draw a perfect circle. And I'm going to press OK. Now the first thing we need to do is, like last time, grab a when green flag is clicked. And the first thing I want to do is set its direction. Now at the moment it's pointing right, as you can see. So that means when we run our document, it's going to move right instead of downwards, which is not what we want. So the direction I'm going to set it to is 170, which is slightly diagonal. So if I double click this block, we can see a preview, and you can see it's pointing diagonal. Because it's rotated, it's sort of a bit sharper, it's got rough edges. So I can stop this or reduce this by pressing this button here, so it doesn't rotate. So that looks a bit nicer. Okay, then the next block we need to add is a forever block. So whatever's inside this is going to run for the rest of our document. Not the point in direction 170, but whatever's inside here. Now the first thing we want to do is move steps, and the steps we want to move is 5. So this, every time we come into this forever block, it's going to move it 5 steps forward, and forward will be whatever direction it's pointing. Then we need to put this block in here, if on edge bounce. Now this is a really good block to use if you need to bounce off the edges of your document or game window area. So basically what happens is, if the ball is coming at this angle, it would automatically bounce off at that angle, and then that angle, and it does it all for you, which is really useful.